Let's go from jobs to actually starting a business and things like aerospace and defense and renewable energy and a variety of quote-unquote hot businesses. Seeing a lot of startups out there, obviously would like to see more, maybe even as close to as many as Austin and Silicon Valley, but we're getting there. So Ms. Panhuise, I want to ask you, because of your experience in aerospace and defense and your knowledge of the industry and this sort of, what are you seeing out there as far as that particular industry and the so-called hot industries?
Well, aerospace and defense in Arizona is a very large market segment. $9 billion business in Arizona. So it does create a lot of jobs, and it's accretive to our economy by a significant portion, with the average salary being $109,000 total compensation. So it is a very nice piece of business. The other thing you should know is in the last 120 days, there were 1,700 jobs posted in Arizona for the aerospace and defense market. So significant activity and growth in different areas within our state. We have over 1,300 businesses, small, medium, large businesses here in Arizona. But the one thing that's the most incredible change that's happening right now is in unmanned aircraft systems. Many of you may have heard about what the FAA has been chartered to do by the federal government. There's been 2 laws passed by our federal legislature. The Department of Defense Authorization Act of 2012 passed on December 31st, 2011, as well as the FAA Modernization Act enacted on February 14th, 2012. And in that bill, it charges the FAA to integrate safely and efficiently unmanned aircraft systems into our national airspace. Now, many of you are probably saying, well, we know that drones fly today, but they only fly in restricted airspace or those airspaces that have been authorized to have unmanned aircraft systems. And the reason that is that aircraft regulations are a see and avoid regulation system. That means that all aircraft must have a pilot on board as a safety system. There are many aircrafts that have technology today that have autonomous flight, but they still have a pilot on board as that backup system to be able to see what's coming out at them or in the vicinity. Well, an unmanned aircraft also has a pilot, but that pilot is on the ground. And that pilot then has to use sense and avoid type technologies in order to navigate their system in the air. There are also unmanned aircraft systems that are small, medium, and large systems. And what the FAA has been chartered to do is to come up with the regulations to safely integrate that in all national airspace. And to do that, they've been told to select 6 test ranges in the nation. So 6. Anybody remember how many states there are? A few more than 6. So Arizona wants to be selected as one of those test ranges, and so there's a big effort going on with the Arizona Commerce Authority and all their partners, as well as many of our rural areas, Benson, Safford, Yuma, Seligman, Prescott, Florence are all involved actively, Tombstone, working actively on this. And we've created a strategy to develop a hub and spoke test range where we would have a center of excellence for unmanned aircraft system integration into national airspace with multiple test sites linked to this hub. That is an economic generator. And that's what's happening in aerospace and defense. Sorry for the long explanation.
That's good. It was good to hear. You could go on if you'd like. With that in mind, Dr. Barrett, we got people ready to take these jobs that are available right now and could be in the future?
Well, Arizona's got, I think, 2 advantages there. We've already talked that we have challenges in our education system, but we also have some very good parts of our education system. You've got engineering programs at U of A and ASU and NAU are very good. You've got the top-ranked International Business School out of Thunderbird, which is very good. You also have the ability to attract people to Arizona, so the workforce to some degree is mobile. So I think you can staff these tasks. Long-term, there's no question we need to increase our ability to educate young kids in STEM topics, engineering and science and math, so forth. But I think that you've got the ability in the short term to attract people, plus the output from our major universities.